Welcome to Cooking with Bread and Roses Community Kitchen. My name is Maria, and today we are making a healthy version of a potato hash. As we're moving into the fall season, I am craving heartier, warm food. And I personally love eating breakfast and brunch items all day long. So this potato hash is something you can eat for brunch. You can make it at home for lunch to feed your family, or it can be a dinner staple. This week in the Fresh Pharmacy bags, you receive some beautiful colored potatoes. So today we're going to use these potatoes as a basis for our hash. You can use any type of potatoes here, whatever you have on hand, even sweet potatoes. So know that you can trade those out in the future. We also are using the long banana peppers that you received in your Fresh Pharmacy. They're very mild in flavor. Some can have a slight spice to them, but not very frequently. Again, you can use any bell pepper from the grocery store, and you can even add a hot pepper if you do want a little kick in it. Finally, we have some onions and garlic. So once we add a little bit of salt and pepper, our dish is complete. So very few ingredients, but super tasty. Now, normally when you buy this dish at a diner, it's yummy, it's greasy, okay? You cook it in that bacon fat, you cook it in a lot of oil in a pan. Today we want to make, again, a healthy version. So we're going to start with some olive oil and get that hot. Add the potatoes, add our aromatic ingredients like our garlic and onions, and this is going to be really tasty. So today I have pre-chopped all of our vegetables, so let's get cooking. So we're going to start with some olive oil in our pan. I just have enough oil to coat the bottom. We don't want these potatoes to be drenched in oil. And I have turned this pan to a medium-high heat. Now we want to make sure that this pan gets hot before we add our potatoes, because we don't want those potatoes to stick to the bottom of the pan. You also want a skillet that is large enough to fit all of your potatoes, ideally in a single layer. It's okay if we have a little bit overlapping here, but we want to make sure that the bottoms get crispy. All right, you know your pan is hot when you hear that little sizzle. So I'm just gonna dump these potatoes into the pan and flatten them out. So again, we have a single layer in that pan. Look how beautiful those colors are. Now I'm gonna take a spoon or a spatula and just give it a little toss to begin with, because we want those potatoes to be covered entirely by the olive oil, so that when we continue to stir them, they will continue to cook and brown nicely. And again, I'm just gonna flatten them towards the bottom, so most of them have surface area to brown. All right, now this is our key. You wanna take a lid and cover it up, okay? Keep it on that medium-high heat, but this is allowing the potatoes to steam and saute at the same time. So getting a brown bottom, but cooking the potato nicely. You're gonna leave this covered for about 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes have passed, so we are going to open the lid. Oh yes. Take that spatula, and there's gonna be a little bit of sticking, so I need you to just push those potatoes. Ah, yeah, they're getting nice and crispy on the bottom. Again, there's a tiny bit of sticking, but not too much. You shouldn't have to have a lot of effort in moving those potatoes around. All right, so now we're gonna add those peppers and onions. Give them a stir. So they're mixed throughout. And I just want to note, if you pick up a potato, okay, it's starting to soften. My nail can go through that potato, but it's not quite where we want it. So we're gonna add that lid back on one more time. And this time cook for just 3 to 5 minutes. We wanna get those peppers and onions soft and the potatoes a little bit softer and a little crispier. All right, open that lid one more time. Nice steam coming off that. Give it a stir. It is smelling really fragrant with those onions. The peppers are softening nicely. Now this, again, it's really about the potatoes. All about those potatoes. So I'm actually going to take a fork and just pierce one of those potatoes. Okay, that's getting nice and soft. Okay, that is right where we want it to be. So, last things. We have to add some more flavor enhancers. So I have some chopped up garlic. We didn't want to add the garlic too soon so it doesn't brown too quickly and burn. We're gonna do a pinch of salt, okay? We want to bring out the flavor of these vegetables, but not over salt. And finally, some black pepper to taste. All right, and we're just gonna let this saute here about 1 or 2 more minutes to cook the garlic so it's not raw, and continue to crispen up those potatoes. It's looking really nice. Remember that cooking is all about taste, right? So, again, I'm gonna use my fork and just pierce one of those potatoes, and I'm gonna pop it into my mouth over here because I want to taste both whether the potato is seasoned and whether it's soft and a little crispy. That is tasting good. That potato is soft. It is crisping on the edges. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer because I want that garlic to cook. And there you have it, my friends. A quick and easy, healthy potato hash. Now let's talk about serving. So I have a nice bowl of beautiful potato hash right here. It's delicious as it is, but there are many ways that you can adapt this and serve it to your family. So often if I want to add a protein, I will crack an egg right into the middle of my hash pot and cook an egg. You can scramble it around with your potatoes, or you can just cook it whole to serve a whole egg to your family. Alternatively, again, clean out your pan, use the same oil that's been in the pan, and fry an egg in that pan to put on top. That'll give you a little bit of protein, a little bit of that breakfasty feel. If you're into spicy, add a hot sauce of your choice. If you want something cooling, add Greek yogurt as an alternative to sour cream. Now, if you want some more bright flavors, add some fresh herbs. So chopped up parsley or cilantro are both great choices. Again, if you don't have these same ingredients on hand, that's okay. Play around with your types of potatoes. Play around with the peppers that you use. Maybe you want to add some green vegetables and throw in a handful of kale or spinach at the end so you have some green along with your potatoes and other aromatics. Incredibly versatile, a pretty simple and fast meal that you can make for your family. I hope that you enjoy this at home. Please reach out to Bread and Roses or Centaura Star Hill if you have comments or questions. Thanks again.